Hey, thanks for coming over. I've got some snacks in the fridge, and I can order some food in a bit. But mostly, just thanks for coming and hanging out, because, it's been a stressful week. I'm glad we're in the weekend. Do you mind if I tell you about it? Okay, so I'm offboarding with my current employer, or I just finished that last week, right? So I'm working on those offboarding activities. And what happens is I'm trying to do that, and then I have to go help someone who can't check their email. It's one of our clients, it's one of the managers at one of their stores, and it's very important for conducting business or something, right? Turns out the reason he can't check his email, first of all, he's using Windows Live Mail. Turns out that he's not even using the company account, he's using a Yahoo account that he made that he uses to conduct business, and he couldn't sign into that with Windows Live Mail, which is just awful that he's even using this because it's been obsolete for, years. And it's just like, why? Hmm? Oh, that's Millie's old collar. She grew out of her old one. Or she grew out of this one, so we got her a new one. Yeah. Anyway, I'm trying to explain to this guy that he can't use Windows Live Mail. And he's like, do you know how long I've been at this company? I'm like, clearly a very long time because you're using Windows Live Mail, which has been, obsolete for how many years now? Too many for you to be using it. And it's just. So, what we realize we need to do, because so many people have their email configured incorrectly, right? We have to we actually block port 25 on the router. And the result of that was that every single manager had their stopped being able to send emails because all of them had their email clients configured to use port 25 for SMTP, which no one's email client should be configured to do anymore. No one should be using that port. That's pretty much only used for spam. So I ended up spending the entirety of Tuesday going and resetting people's email clients and having to explain to them that they need to use Outlook, not Windows Live Mail. And I know Outlook is whatever, but it's not that bad. Which, I mean, it sucks to have to explain that to them because, frankly, I don't like it myself. But, yeah, that was my entire Tuesday. So, and I realize at this point I'm talking tech jargon and you don't really know that much about email or port 25, but for the love of God, will you please just put the collar on? You're looking at it with those eyes. I know that face. Okay, that's the same look that you gave me when you saw those fingerless gloves that you borrowed that you really liked, and I got you a pair and you wore them every single day for the rest of the winter. It's that look. So I know you want to put the collar on, so just put the collar on. Remember what I said? How life is too short to give a fuck? Life is too short to give a fuck what people think, to give a fuck what I think. I personally don't care about collars, but you shouldn't give a fuck about that anyway. Just if you want to put it on, just ask and put it on. Here. See? Perfect. Was that so bad? No. And all you have to do is ask. So, yeah, we have, where was I? That was Tuesday. Then we come to Wednesday, right? And I'm trying to set up a printer, but it won't connect to the network, right? And well, I'm trying to figure out why this won't connect to the network, if the port's dead or something. Someone comes barging into the room, tells me that the entire east wing of this building has gone down, that the network is not working for anyone in the entire east wing. So we go around trying to figure out what went wrong, what piece of equipment went down. Turns out someone plugged a space heater into the IDS for that wing of the building, and they tripped the circuit breaker because they overdrew the circuit. It's like, for goodness sake. I should be petting you, shouldn't I? Come here. No, come here. You're wearing the collar, so I should be paying attention to you, shouldn't I? No, don't take it off. Just come here. See? You're fine. Everything's fine. Just move your head over here so I can reach it. There you go. So, as I was saying, the plug in the IDF is, shouldn't be somewhere they can reach it, but the outlet that feeds the power strip for the IDF is not inside the server cage or the network rack, so it doesn't have the key in front of it, or it's not locked, so they could plug the space heater in. So they did that. We unplugged the space heater, we flipped the breaker back, everything was back up and running. 30 minutes later, the network goes down again. You want to guess what the issue was? They plugged the space heater back in. So this time we took the space heater, and now there's like a policy at that company about space heaters, about how you have to get them approved by management. And it's just like, yeah. So there's that, and finally, like, the network's up, we're great. Can I connect the printer? No. Why? I can't give it an IP address. Why? Because apparently the new printer that we bought was actually a pre-owned printer, and the previous owner set a password or changed the admin password for it. So I had to factory reset the printer. Finally, I got it working, but you're enjoying this, aren't you? No. You're fine. You just came here to hang out anyway. So, like, I don't mind at all. Although I will say, if you wanted me to pet you, like, you're clearly enjoying this. And, that's fine. Just, if you wanted me to do this, like, you could have just asked. Like, dang, I wouldn't have minded. And even if I did, once again, life's too short to give a fuck about what other people think. And you seem to be enjoying yourself, and I'm ranting about computer stuff. I see nothing wrong with this. So, here, come on. Just put yourself across my lap and make yourself easier to reach. The way I can pet you more easily. Oh, come on. Look, if you're actually uncomfortable, you don't have to do it. But if you're just embarrassed, get over it. Okay? So if it's just embarrassment, come on. Over my lap. Just like that. See? Isn't that so much nicer? That's easy for me to pet you again. Yeah, there you go. You really seem to like this collar. You can keep it if you want. It is a bit old and ratty, though. So maybe we'll just have to get you a collar of your own. Yeah? Of course we could get you a collar. Unless, of course, you already have one, but I didn't think so. Yeah, we could get you one. Or we'll get you two. One for every day, and then, like, a more subtle one for formal occasions. Yeah? Well, of course you'd wear it out. Why else would you have it if not to wear it in public? Oh, come on. Look, you need to realize no one cares that much about what you wear. I like how one person put it. Everyday people are just NPCs. They do not care about what you're wearing. They're not going to care about the collar, and if they do, they can deal with it, okay? There's nothing wrong with you wearing a collar out. Look, Is it wrong to do that? Is it hurting someone? Is it for some reason just evil to wear a collar around your neck? No. So people can deal with it. And you can deal with it. Because, frankly, you need to loosen up. And you need to stop caring what people think. Okay? So it's settled. We're getting you a collar. Or two, probably. Now, lie back down. And let me tell you about the crap I put up with on Thursday. If you don't mind listening to my ranting. Don't worry, I'll keep petting you. We'll call it a bribe. So, Thursday, and this one was my own fault. We get a computer that came in on Wednesday, which had a broken hinge. It was one of those Dells with the bad hinges, so it was replaced under the extended warranty. But we got the hinges, and they sent it for free, and they were going to send a repair guy, but I didn't want to wait for that, right? Because I want to get this back to the customer as soon as possible. I don't think they should have to go a couple days without their laptop, so I went and I decided to install the part myself. And when I removed the screen from the old backplate and I installed it in the new backplate, apparently sometime in the process I set the screen on an uneven surface. And when I put the computer back together, the screen was broken. Like, it was clearly broken. It wasn't just not turning on, like a loose cable. That the LCD panel was ruined. And, this, I think that was the only screen I've broken in my entire time working for that company. And I was pissed. Because, I don't want that to be, dang, I almost went the entire time without having to, without breaking a screen, because it happens, but yeah. So that was Thursday. Friday was mostly just the rest of my paperwork and offboarding and collecting stuff, cleaning up, which honestly, I don't know, bittersweet. I really do enjoy the job. I just, I like to complain about the things I love and the things I hate. I like to complain sometimes. And thanks for listening. Are you purring? No. Hey. No judgment. It's cute. Hey. You look like you're enjoying this. Oh, no, don't get all flustered. Look, you need to realize I do not give a fuck if you like being a dog. Okay. Everything is on fire, and basically nothing matters, so if being a dog makes you feel better, I see absolutely nothing wrong with it, and I am happy to help you with that. So you don't need to, be ashamed of that shit around me, because I do not give a fuck. Anyway, I really just wish you'd asked me about this before, because, dang. All this time we've known each other, I could be petting you, and now I can't. Well, I couldn't, because I didn't know that you would like being pet. I would have absolutely pet you, the year we met. So, and I will absolutely pet you now. It's just, sucks that we went all those years without this, but at the same time, we have plenty of time to pet your head with you wearing a collar and enjoy whatever this is. But hey, we have plenty of time to do this more. And you know what they say. Today is the first day of the rest of your life. So let's see. I think I'm just going to pet you like this until you fall asleep because you seem very relaxed. Honestly, I'm proud to see you this relaxed. You're usually so uptight. And you're way too hard on yourself. So it's nice to see you relax. So feel free to fall asleep. I do not mind at all. In fact, I'm just going to go back to ranting about computers and stuff. So, I actually have a printer that I consider to be my nemesis. It's the HP NV6000 series, I believe. I hate it with a passion. First off, it doesn't have a screen. Instead, the way it communicates to you is using ground effects. Like, it has like little LED lights that shine down on the paper tray of the printer, and it looks like ground effects under a car. It's stupid. Anyway, the printer has a USB cord, or a USB cable, a USB port, and it has a little sticker over it saying Wi-Fi only, because you're only supposed to be able to configure using Wi-Fi. I'm trying to configure for this guy who doesn't have Wi-Fi. His computer is wired into a switch, which he does not have Wi-Fi, which is, I know, surprising. He's old. Anyway, I want to set this up for him, and I just can't because he doesn't have Wi-Fi. So I bring the printer, I bring the computer, I set up a personal hotspot to try to connect them to each other, and I connected one of the computers. But then trying to get the other computer set up, the other computer was a Windows 7 computer, and the printer said it was compatible with Windows 7, but I downloaded the 64-bit driver there, and it seemed to, try to install it, but it failed. And after checking again and seeing the list of supported operating systems, it had Windows 7 32-bit, but not Windows 7 64-bit, and Windows 8 32-bit, Windows 10 32-bit, and 64-bit and 64-bit for all of them except for Windows 7. And I always kind of wonder if they changed that because they realized that the driver doesn't work on Windows 7. I never got that printer hooked up. It sucked. And it is my nemesis. We basically just had to say, sorry, dude, there's no way we can make this printer connect to your computer without updating the computer, and you don't want to pay to have that done. And frankly, if we were to charge you for all the work it would take to get your printer to connect to this computer, it would probably cost more than the printer because it just will not do that. So yeah, that's my nemesis, which is a printer. And you are not paying attention, which is completely fine. You're just down here, relaxing. It's good to see you when you feel relaxed. Hopefully we'll get to do this again. I have a feeling it might become a nice new hobby. Look at you so sleepy. Look at you finally relaxing. Get yourself some rest. Just enjoy this. You're absolutely fine. I am happy to pet you and take care of you. So relax. Just relax.